Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, here at Ivy Talks Podcast Network, we're doing a subscriber giveaway. We'll be doing a giveaway on the 1st and the 15th of every month for $50 for a random subscriber. All you have to do to enter is subscribe, comment on any video, and you'll be entered for a chance to win. And once you do it once, you're entered for life. And it's going to be on the 1st, 15th of every month. A random subscriber will be chosen to win $50. As you grow, that money will go up. So go ahead, subscribe, comment to enter. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We have done it. We have made it to the end of another season of the NBA coverage. Well, before we officially sign off, we obviously have to talk about the NBA Finals. Shout out, congratulations to Oklahoma City Thunder for their first championship since moving to OKC. Shout out to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who won Finals MVP. He now joins a very short list of the only players to win MVP, scoring title, and Finals MVP. He joins, I believe, Kareem, MJ, Shaq, and Shai are the only four to do it. Shaq was the last one to do it in 2000 when the Lakers won in 2000. So real quick, I want to go over some team stats, team averages, and then I'll open up to Coach Calvin and what he saw that really sealed the deal for Oklahoma City. So looking at some teams' stats, comparing team to team head to head, obviously I do want to address the elephant in the room. Tyrese Halliburton going out with the Achilles injury in Game 7 was a factor, huge difference because we talked about on this pod all season about how Halliburton is the glue to that team. He's that guy. He's known for his assists. He stepped up this year to show that he is also a prolific scorer.
It's not even that. It's not even that finest too. I don't mean to interrupt, but that showed them that they did not have another primary ball handler, in my opinion.
TJ kind of off the bench. Like,
I know, but I'm saying from like getting downhill, like getting to the
yeah,
basket, everything. That's what I'm saying from that standpoint.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think that kind of got exposed a little bit, so we'll see what they bring in this offseason, if anything. But continue. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry.
So you're good. That was a good point. Good point. So looking at the comparison, field goal percentage, Pacers actually shot a little bit better from the field at 47%, OKC 45. So not bad, but Pacers shot a little bit better from the field. 3-point percentage, Pacers shot the ball better at 40%. As a team, they shot 40% for the series, which is pretty dang good as a team. But again, OKC, they shot 38, which isn't bad. Game 5, they shot 43%, but 38, not bad. So a lot of this stuff, it was pretty evenly matched. And even Indiana has a little bit of advantage in a lot of these team stats. You look at how the team performed statistically, Pacers actually kind of have the upper hand in a lot of the biggest is assists. We talked about before the series started. We really been talking about all playoffs how the Pacers played the most complete team ball in terms of passing the ball around, getting involved. The Pacers had a 62% field goals were assisted. So literally 60%, a little over 60% of all the points that they scored were off of assists. Now, again, for OKC, they weren't far off. They were about 55-ish, kind of like 57-ish percent were assisted, but Pacers got the advantage there. And the effective field goal percentage, Pacers had 56%, which I believe was a slight advantage for the Pacers in their effective field goal percentage. And they had a really good help off the bench. They were deeper. We saw that Pacers were deeper than the OKC. What it came down to two things.
Rebounding.
Team wise, obviously, getting to individual players is a different story. We can talk about that. Team wise, it came down to two things: rebounding. Chet, obviously, Chet from an offensive standpoint struggled the first few games. He was averaging 11 points per game, and he was shooting like 11% from the field, but he was averaging, I believe, 14 to 15 rebounds a game. And Hartenstein. When Hartenstein came back, he missed the first few games because of the injury. When Hartenstein came back, he was a presence. It was rebounding. Not only that, turnovers.
Does it give you like second chance points too? Does it give you that?
Yes. So turnovers, the Pacers went from a very low turnover rate at 11% regular season. In the finals, they went up to 22%. Their turnover rate doubled in the finals. That in game 7, they had 23 turnovers, and they gave up 32 points off of those turnovers in game 7. So their rate for turnovers in the finals in general was significantly higher than OKC. At OKC, I believe it was, where's my notes? OKC's was a very low 14%, where they only averaged, I think, 7 turnovers per game. So the biggest is turnovers there. That's really what it came down to. Turnovers and the big man's presence in the paint. Because I believe I actually didn't pay. I guess I missed it when I went to the bathroom or something. But Miles Turner didn't really play in game 7. Did he get hurt? I kind of missed, or like there was a long period where Miles Turner. Well, I don't know if they were going for small ball lineup or what, but
To be honest, it got to the second quarter. About 4 minutes, excuse me, about 4 minutes into it, I turned it off. I was like, I don't think they're gonna win it because Halliburton went down.
now I'll say this. I will say this. As soon as Halliburton goes down, I was like, dang. If you kept watching the game, TJ was not playing. Like them boys was, it was a good game. Third quarter starts. We know OKC start. That's they can keep that pace. So I figured OKC was going to start getting a little bit of a lead. They did. 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. They were down 20 plus. They got it within 10. 5 minutes left. I was like, oh, okay. Now it got back up to like 21, and then I think they end up losing by 12. But that's both teams put in the reserve. So it didn't seem like as bad of a loss because it was 12 points, but it's because both teams, none of their starters were in the last few minutes of the game. But I do want to real quick go into some key player stats. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, points per for the final series, 30.3 points per game, 4.6 rebounds per game, 5.6 assists per game, 1.2 steals, 1.6 blocks, averaged 29 and 12 in game, got 29 and 12 in game 7. So then we go to Jalen Williams, second option. He averaged 23.6. Obviously, we saw in game 5 he had that 40-point outing that helped them get that dub. Chet, 15 points per game, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks. He averaged 15, 9, and 2, and he led the finals. He's led finals in blocks and rebounds, and he led in plus minus. So you're talking about overall efficiency. Now, Halliburton, he averaged 14, 4, and 6, but he obviously left with the Achilles in game 7, which is a big one. TJ, I think he's shown that he could potentially be I think he could potentially be a third option as a starter. I think he's really beneficial coming off the bench the way he plays, but I could see him going to another team and being a starter and being like that second guy, second or third option, but being that floor general. And then Pascal Siakam, he averaged 20 points. But yeah, it came down to basically turnovers and rebounding. Now, I know I went on a quick rant. I want to get a lot of information in there. Calvin, for you, from game 1 to 7, I know game 7 just happened. Tyrese like the big talk of the town. We all know that a lot of people aren't going to respect this win because oh my God, who all they Ja went down round 1. Steph went down round 2, or no. Who all did they play? I forget. Basically every team they played against, their best player had a significant injury, right?
Who are you talking about? Who?
For OKC. Like, so like they played like Edwards got hurt one of those games in that series for OKC. Denver, Gordon got hurt that series that they played. So, and Memphis, Ja got hurt. So like, how people are on the internet. There are people that are not respecting it because all of these injuries that happen to their star players. But anyway, besides the point, for you, game 1 through 7, the whole series, what do you think was the difference maker for OKC?
I just felt like their defense was just a presence every game, even though they lost and everything. Like those games, they forced it to game 7.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like, it's funny, they say defense wins championships, and I feel like this in this case kind of fits that saying in a bit. So, I mean, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
offense slacked a little bit, but like on defense, they had like the same identity, same level. Like, I don't know. I think that was just always present throughout every game. Where the offense, they had spurts and everything, like because offense, they
Yeah.
say it's a game of runs and everything like that. So it's like, win the best run before the next whistle. Um, but also too, I mean, that goes to show too, like they actually they utilize their bench a lot. And I think they got the most production out of their bench compared to the Pacers, if that makes sense.
Really? You think?
I think it might not show up in the stat sheets and everything, but just like the hustle, like the things that don't show up on the stats, if that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, like
That's
the
my
hustle.
that that's my take, but that's just what I picked up and everything from it. And then obviously Halliburton goes down, like, and I'm not saying that they probably would have won the game, but I think it would have been a way closer game than what it was, to be honest, if Halliburton was still playing.
Oh yeah, I personally think if Halliburton didn't get hurt, OKC still would have won, but I think it would have been single digit. Like it would have
Yeah.
came down to making free throws.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
And I think this also shows too is that maybe in the offseason, maybe the Pacers try to go after like another ball handler. I don't know. Like I don't know. I think that kind of got exposed a little bit. Like when Halliburton goes out, who's their yeah, they got TJ and everything, but who's gonna be that next person? Because I think arguably, if you want to say who's the three on the team and everything, the third option, like would you say is either Nimhart or Neesmith in that case, just in this series? Because Miles, like you said, Miles Turner didn't play that much.
Um,
'Cause we know Siak is Halliburton then Siakam, in my opinion.
right, Halliburton. Then yeah, it's Neesmith.
Neesmith and Nimhart.
Neesmith. Yeah, yeah, because Nimhart comes off the bench, doesn't he?
No, he started. He started because he
He
was guarding
starts.
the line.
Because I know for Pacers, I think what kept them, not comparing them, but just in general, I think what kept them in this series to make it to game 7 is that they're these both of these teams are probably the deepest teams in the league. I don't know
Yeah,
other team that can go 8, 9 deep into the roster. And not only are they deep, they have efficiency in terms of how deep they can go. Um, and we saw that. We saw that. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. In game when Tyrese goes down, the yes, OKC gets up 20 something, almost 30 points at one point, but they got the lead to within 10 in the fourth with 5 minutes left. And it was straight players off the bench. Game, I'm trying to draw back on my memory. Game 3, hold on. I have it in my notes if I can find it. Yes, game 2. What is his name? Benedict Matt Hurton, Matherin,
yeah,
Matherin, 27 points off the bench. Highest off the bench points since 2011. You had TJ who went crazy when he I'm like went crazy when he for a bench. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
yeah, I think I don't know. I'm just rambling. But yeah, yeah. But to your point, the defense for OKC was just relentless, smothering. Like you look at quarter 3 of game 7, OKC couldn't buy a shot. But I want to say the first like 5 or 6 minutes, the third quarter, nobody made a shot. Part of it was nobody was hitting shots, but OKC was getting looks. The difference is OKC was getting the looks, they weren't making the shot. On the flipped end, Pacers couldn't get a shot because literally the defense for OKC dug their heels in the ground and were like, we're not giving this lead up. Or, well, Pacers actually had the lead going in the half, which is the crazy part. Pacers had the lead going into halftime by a point with Tyrese being out. So, shout out OKC. Shout out OKC. And shout out the NBA coverage. Shout out to the fans that have been with us this whole season. We look forward to bringing you more content as seasons go on. Obviously, we won't see you guys till start of the next season. Luckily, it's a quick turnaround because the finals went so late. Because the season starts in like 4 months. Starts not that long from now.
Then they got the draft coming up.
Yeah, the draft. Also, shout out the WNBA coverage. Now the NBA is over. We are full tilt in the WNBA. So if you guys still want to get in on some basketball, hey, WNBA, it's exciting. I'm not just saying it to say that because as y'all can see, I am a fan. I got 2 WNBA jerseys here, Aja Wilson, Kelsey Plum. I got a Diana Taurasi jersey. I got a Sabrina Ionescu jersey. I got some more jerseys coming in. So you guys get on that wave. Calvin, is there anything else you want to cap off with, anything that you saw, or cap off the pod with any type of stuff for the peoples?
Nah, just we got one season down, another one coming. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be interesting. I think this is gonna be an interesting, actually, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say it's gonna be interesting. So I was about to say it's gonna be probably the most interesting off season. But I think there's gonna be a few trades and everything and move around to where, it might shock us a little bit. We'll see.
Hey, Katie to Houston.
Yeah, that
and
was
then, today, Kristaps Porzingis to the Falcons to the Hawks.
And then Drew Holiday involved in that trade.
Holiday to the Toronto Raptors. Pelicans got somebody. I forget.
They got Jordan Poole.
So they ain't wasting no time. And apparently Lakers are trying to get Bam Adebayo. I heard Lakers are trying to get Bam Adebayo, and I also heard that they're in talks. They want to try to pursue Jokic. Now, for Jokic, they have to give up everything. So I don't know if that's worth it, because I'd rather have depth than a superstar when you already have 2 superstars. But they're in talks and making some serious moves. It's just rumors as of right now. For anybody listening, these are just rumors for right now. Potential talks, nothing solid as the take from what I understand.
Damn. Wow.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate it. We'll catch you guys next season, season 3. Stay frosty, my friends.
I'm gonna chase my dreams, my life.